Hello, welcome to Pirkei Avos with Rabeinu Yonah. We are on chapter 5, Mishnah number 15. Arba midos biyoshrim lifnei chachamim. There are 4 types of people that sit in front of the sages. Svug, a sponge. Svug, a sponge. Umashpech, a funnel. Vishameres, a strainer. Vinafa, and a sieve. Svug, a sponge, who soifig as a kol, he absorbs everything. Mashpech, the funnel, shemachnis bezu, motzi bezu, goes in one end, out the other. Mishameres, the strainer, shemotzia es hayayin, vikoletes es hashmarim, the wine goes out, and the sediment stays in. Vinafa, the sieve, shemotzia es hakamach, vikoletes es hasoles, the flour goes out, but it retains the fine flour. Let's see what this means. See Rabeinu Yonah. Svug hu kli sheshosu bolei kol hamashke v'amayim. A sponge is something that absorbs all the information. Ben slulim ben achurim. Or a sponge is something that absorbs all types of liquid, whether it's clear liquid or dirty liquid. Mashpechu kli shebo nosen hayayin v'shofich el hakelim shepiv nosen alam. And the mashpech is a funnel. You pour the wine from there into smaller barrels. Committing mochayenos, like the people who sell wine do. Mishameres, the strainer, who klisha al pi achavis, it's a thing you put on top of the barrel. B'shash machnisin sham hayayin tchila, when you pour the water in there, or the wine in there. Nafe, a sieve, sheba manifin akamach vasolas, that you put in the different types of flour. Masharis akemach shehidaka, and with the sieve, the fine flour remains at the top. Derech nekavim shehin dakim, v'koletes as a soles lefishi gaza. Sorry, the opposite. The small flour goes through, and the larger flour, the soles, that remains on the top because it goes through the sieve. Shehin ichol laver derech nikvei anafa, because the larger flour is not able to go through the little holes in the sieve. Now that we know what all these things are, what do they represent? V'kula mashal atamina. These all are meant as a parable for different types of students. Svug hu soifig as a kol. The sponge student is the one who absorbs everything. Kacha talmid hu mekabel kol asvaros. This student retains all of the logical arguments that were made. Ve'enu mavchin ben ha'nachanis l'she'en nachanis. However, he doesn't differentiate between the good arguments and the bad arguments. He just remembers everything, but he doesn't differentiate between what's good and what's bad. Mashpech, the funnel. Machnis bezeh, motzi bezeh. It goes in one ear and goes out the other. He hears everything that's said, but he doesn't retain anything. Like a funnel. Mishameres, the strainer. So the person with the strainer, he just like a strainer keeps the bad part of the wine, the sediment from the wine, in there, and the wine goes out, so too this guy, this type of student, the good things from his learning seeps out, and he only retains the bad stuff. And on this King Solomon said, according to one's intelligence, a person will be praised. The distorted heart will be put to shame. What does that mean? A person should not denigrate his friend because he doesn't know as much as him. Whether he's smart or he's not so smart. Because according to his brain, he'll be praised. Right? Different people, Hashem created different people with different levels of intelligence. But someone who has a distorted heart, his heart is like he's like the way he thinks is like totally perverted, that he only retains the bad things. He'll be denigrated. Such a person should be denigrated. This is the student that is compared to a strainer. Right? Not only does he not remember the good stuff, but he only remembers the bad stuff. So that person, the verse in Proverbs seems to be describing in a very negative fashion. A person who's just not so intelligent, no, he should not be denigrated. But this person who manages just to retain the bad stuff, such a person will be denigrated. Okay, now the last thing, nafa, a sieve. Shehi motzia es a kemach, v'koletes es a solas. There's different types of flour. So the kemach, which is very small, goes through the sieve, and it collects the solas, the larger flour. And actually, people don't like the more fine flour because it's so small, it tends to stick to the hands. But the thicker flour is actually what's more sought after. And therefore, the sacrifice of the menachos, the meal offering that was brought in the temple, that was brought from solas, which is the better type of flour. So too, a student that retains the proper logical teachings from his teacher, and the non-proper teachings that he hears, the improper things that he hears, he doesn't keep that. Only important things go into his heart. And if he knows it, he'll forget it. And once he knows the silly things, then he will forget it. Right? You have certain people that they have great memories, but it's only for important things. When it comes to remembering Torah, they'll remember it very well. But when it comes to a sports team or some sports statistics, that they don't care about, that's silly to them, so they don't bother remembering it. That's the type of student we should strive to be. We should only remember the important things and let the non-important things just go in one ear and out the other. Okay, and with that, we finish Mishnah 15.